Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into an airline's annual meeting and the votes that shape its flight path. It's like being a passenger voting on whether or not the pilot gets a bonus, except the stakes are way higher. If you like getting the simple truth from complex reports, subscribe to the channel. Also, we have a Discord community linked in the description below. Come and say hi and discuss all things corporate. JetBlue Airways Corporation held its annual meeting of stockholders on May 14, 2025. At the meeting, shareholders voted on some important things. These votes determine who sits on the board, how executives are paid, and who checks the company's financial homework, or in simple terms, who is the accounting firm. The details of what they were voting on were released in April. Let's see what happened. First up, electing the board of directors. Think of the board as the group of people steering the company. Stockholders got to vote on who they wanted in those seats. Looking at the results, Peter Bonepath received 144,538,538,551 votes for 25,538, down 1621 votes against, and 300 this proposal, 765 abstained. There were also 7065 abstained. There were also 765 abstained. There were also 76,448,538 down, 6021 votes against, and 354,548,538,628,621 votes against, and 30,54,765 abstained. There were also 7065 abstained. There were also 7064 abstained. There were also 7064 abstained. They were on this proposal shares. Let's skip down the list a bit. Vivek Sharma got 191,133 votes in favour, 2,181 abstaining, and like the 23 votes against, with 395,681 abstaining. And like the others, there were 76,448,018 broken non-votes. All 13 nominees were elected to serve on the board. It looks like shareholders mostly agreed on who should be guiding the airline, since there was not too much disagreement. Next, there was an advisory vote on executive compensation. Basically, the shareholders got to give their opinion on whether the top bosses were being paid fairly. This vote isn't binding, meaning the company doesn't have to follow it, but it's a good way to gauge investor sentiment. Here, 70-60-40 for the executive pay, while 36,6 armed forces and 48,890 broken non-votes. So while a majority approved, a significant number voted against it. This might suggest 25,665 against 30 executives are making broken non-votes. So while a majority approved, a significant number voted against it, this might suggest en 500 8. 1,648, 1,000 under 815 vote in 48, 1,648 broken 51 abstained. Again, 76,400 aren't completely happy with how much the executives are making. Finally, the stockholders ratified or approved the appointment of Ernst & Young LLP as the company's independent registered public accounting firm for the fiscal year ending December 31, 2025. Ernst & Young is like the financial watchdog, making sure the company's numbers are accurate. This is a pretty standard procedure and shareholders usually approve it, and in this case 2042 voted against and 2001 is comfortable with Ernst & Young keeping an eye on the books. And now, what does all this mean? It seems like JetBlue's shareholders are mostly on board with the company's direction, especially when it comes to who is checking the company's numbers. However, the vote on executive compensation shows that some investors have concerns about how much the top executives are being paid. It's something the company should pay attention to, as it could lead to bigger problems if shareholders become increasingly unhappy. JetBlue is in a tough industry with lots of competition and rising costs, so it's important for them to keep investors happy and confident. Alright, that's our breakdown of JetBlue's annual meeting votes. What's your take on these results and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching, see you next time.